Welcome back to F-Zero Climax. I actually forgot to cover something in the survival mode video. There is actually a fourth survival mode called Violence Mode. You unlock it when you beat Battle Mode, and I'm not going to play it. Nope, I'm not going to play Violence Mode because it's 12 races long and it's incredibly difficult. Like, to the point of ruining any and all fun you could have with it, unlike F-Zero GX, which was hard but still fun once you play through it a couple times. Anyways, next up is we're going to play the championship circuit, and the machine we're using is pretty interesting. After fulfilling a certain condition, if you highlight Captain Falcon and push the R button, you will select the Red Bull, piloted by one Berserker, apparently. This is another machine that appears because of plot events in the TV show, secret identities for Captain Falcon and all that, well, beyond the Captain Falcon identity. Anyway, the Red Bull does not, in fact, make you fly. In fact, it's a pretty bad recolor of the Black Bull, as far as I can see. You can see that it seems to only want to accelerate at all when I am not turning. As soon as I start turning, it stops accelerating. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I suppose if I learn how to use it effectively, much like with the Jet Vermilion, then it would be a pretty cool machine, but it's not. The championship circuit is set in Whiteland, which is pretty unusual, but I like Whiteland. Cool place. And as usual, the championship circuit just decides to give us one of every kind of obstacle, including a useless jump plate. Pit areas every now and again. It's pretty much, just take everything we've learned from racing the past 5 games and apply it onto this one course, and you've got it. I failed to set a new record for the time trial, but I don't mind that too much. I could probably do it with a better machine, but I wanted to show off the Red Bull because this is the only chance I really have. I'm not going to use it in the Grand Prix because that would be very difficult to play. So with that, we've cleared the championship circuit, and now we're going to move on to the Platinum Cup. The Platinum Cup in F-Zero Climax is a lot like GP Legends Platinum Cup in that it's a set of nostalgia courses. However, unlike GP Legend, where it was just straight up copies of the original courses, this time around things are a little different, and I'm going to just use Captain Falcon for this because, I may as well. Anyways, the courses this time around resemble the original courses, except there's a little bit of a twist to them, to each of them. Like, we can see that Mute City Multiply here is Mute City 1 with a bit of an expansion, which means they missed out on the opportunity to remake Mute City 4 or any of the other BS F-Zero courses. I messed up the rocket start there. I haven't used Captain Falcon's machine in so long. Oh yes, and the Platinum Cup courses all use old songs. This is GP Legends' version of the Mute City theme, which is okay, I guess. I didn't really like it that much. Anyways, there's a shortcut you can take here, but it's a little risky because there's like dirt covering about 2/3 of, well, 1/3 of that tiny part of the course, so careful with that. If you're really good, you can boost through it. And I am not. I decided to just not take that path. Way to go. So we're through with that there.
Congratulations! You won first place!
The second course is a remix of Big Blue 1. Big Billow, apparently. This course doesn't carry very much over from the original Big Blue. Now, we've all heard the Big Blue theme so many times now, so let's change the music. If you hold L and R as any race in the game starts, the music changes. You get a rather unusual tune that was originally composed for the TV show and only appears in the TV show, except for this. It's an okay tune. Like you could use it whenever a course comes up and you don't like the music they chose for it, but oh, that was an interesting destruction of that car there. I just slammed her right into the wall.
2 laps to go. You've got a new booster.
So, Big Billow is... well, it's got ice on the turns, so it's a bit of an improvement over the original Big Blue. At least they use the ice effectively here.
Take it easy. You got it.
I'm taking a bit of a risk with this course, though, because I just want to get F-Zero Climax over with.
You've got a new booster.
This will be the last video for F-Zero Climax, and potentially the entire LP. That's if I don't find any reason to showcase edit mode. This game has a course editor, which I like, but it's not a very in-depth course editor, you see. So unless someone comes up with an interesting course for that, we can consider the LP closed once we're through with the Platinum Cup, and that was risky beyond words. I could have died right there. In fact, I'm fairly... no, Platinum Cup gives you 4 extra lives, unlike GP Legend, where it only gives you 1. So anyways, next up is the Silence course, and this is most definitely not Silence 2 from BSF-Zero. That's a total lie game. And this is interesting. You can see here that I'm kind of at a weird angle when I start the race here. So if you're in third or below there, you might run yourself right into a wall if you rocket start right from the beginning. That is the single flaw. Well, not the single flaw, but it's one of the most glaring flaws of F-Zero Climax and GP Legend by proxy. But still, original Silence theme, pretty nice. Get out of my way, Golden Fox. This is your last chance to show that you aren't a horrible machine and you are failing.
You're holding a lead.
So yeah, I really don't know why they didn't decide to remake the BSF-Zero courses or include those machines. Like I said, it's probably something to do with Satellaview or St. Giga or whatever having rights to them or whatever. So with that done,
There's another racer on your tail.
it doesn't look like there's another racer on my tail. Would you stop seeing that? There I see that mark at the bottom of the screen there.
Congratulations.
I wonder if there's an option to turn off the announcer. There probably is, but since the options menu is in Japanese, I wouldn't know what it is. Ah, Port Town. This one seems to have some interesting changes to it. Although I wonder if the Port Town jump shortcut is still doable. I propose we find out.
2, 1. Fire.
Of course, we're going to need our boost, I think. Or maybe we don't even need boost. Actually, I think we need it in GP Legend, but not here.
On your tail.
So I'll take that normally in. That's another jump where you have to control your jump height, or else you will fall past the jump plate and into the abyss.
You got it.
I noticed they took out the magnet traps, though. Oh well, that was probably for the best.
You've got a new booster. Good job. You got it.
So, the jump shortcut. Let's see here.
Fire.
Yep, with a boost fire, you can still make it. Didn't you learn anything from GP Legend, Nintendo?
Final lap.
Well, I suppose we can consider this race over with. And the computer actually does not cheat like in GP Legend. You notice that the racers would teleport around if they, if you like made a stupid jump shortcut. That is not the case here. They will actually not teleport, and the game will track your position correctly.
Congratulations!
See, I still think they could have made improvements like this to GP Legend with a little more time and effort instead of rushing it out to coincide with the TV show's release, but I digress yet again. Instead of Red Canyon 1, we have the original F-Zero's Red Canyon 2. A nice change of pace from the original from GP Legend, because if they used Red Canyon 1 here, it would be hilariously short, considering how quickly races go by in Climax. But what is this? They used F-Zero X's Red Canyon theme instead of the original game's F-Zero theme. I like Red Canyon for F-Zero X, but you can see that they also replicated that floating jump plate in the middle of nowhere. There's even a dash plate on it now, just to give you some reason to use it, because of course there would be no reason to use it since you can fly past it with a boost, as I am about to do right here.
You're moving up.
They still get things wrong every now and again. And the Golden Fox is being annoying. Talk about nostalgia.
Good job.
There, that's how you use the jump now. Oh, and I'm about to die. Wow, did I just get hit and not die? Weird. Seem to be doing less... I seem to be not doing as well as before, though, but I'm still in first. Sand Ocean, sadly, has not been changed at all. They left Sand Ocean just the way it was. I suppose that's okay. Sand Ocean's a pretty nice course.
3, 2,
But again, that means that this Sand Ocean is exactly the same as GP Legend's Sand Ocean, sans the changes to F-Zero in general when Climax came out, so not overall a good thing.
you got it. Take it easy. You got it.
Jeez, Michael Chain and Dr. Stewart, all of Falcon's rivals are here today.
You've got a new booster. You got it.
And the Dragon Bird, too. What is this, an all-star race?
Fire.
I'm actually beginning to suspect that the game doesn't randomize the positions of the racers at all. It might be something like Mario Kart, where the game, like, designates each computer to a certain position, and then they always finish in that position. Well, unless you intervene. I wouldn't put it past Nintendo to do that, but it's not that bad in Climax.
Watch your back. Go! Great.
Third place isn't as bad as fifth. I should still be in first anyway from all those easy wins in the first few races. Oh, and of course, you probably realize this by now, but the Platinum Cup has 8 races again. I honestly think they just should have just shrunk it down to 5 and made a second set of races. Then they could have included more courses from the original. Like, considering that Sand Ocean has that wind effect, they could have included Death Wind. But I suppose it's for the best that they didn't.
Hang in there.
And yet again, Whiteland 2 here is using the Whiteland theme from F-Zero X instead of the original F-Zero's Whiteland theme, which, except for GP Legend, has never been included in another F-Zero game, now that I think about it, the original Whiteland tune. Did those two just fall off? I think they did.
You've got a new booster.
Silly computer racers, that's not how you cheat. You have to survive in order to cheat effectively.
announcer on your tail.
I don't know, announcer. He seems a fair distance from me. Especially now that I do that.
Fire.
And of course, this should go without saying, but the Platinum Cup does not change, depending on which difficulty you select. It'll be the same all the way from Novice to Master Mode.
Congratulations.
Saves replaying it in order to unlock time trial courses, I suppose. And winding up the Grand Prix is Firefield once more. And it's the same Firefield too. They didn't decide to just make the worst possible course they could. Just copy the course from the original, that'll do just fine, I suppose.
Fire.
Well, then again, I don't know how they could possibly make it worse. And those mines aren't even changed either. You will never run into those mines. There is no way. Anyway, Firefield is the usual, just the same stuff.
Looks like you're getting the hang of it.
And this time they actually did include the magnet trap, sort of. I don't see why they couldn't have done that for Port Town, unless I'm totally mistaken and just didn't see the trap in the Port Town course, and I actually did run into the mines. Ah, silly me. Then again, I did run into them for speed. And ouch, it really hurts when that machine slams me in the back. And of course, going for the pit area in this version is actually worth it. Once again, they can't even be bothered to fix the original course's problems. Apparently, there really needs to be a second pit area.
You're moving up.
And didn't they include more pit areas in one of the other courses too? Oh well. Here we go again, risking my life. At this point, all I really want to do is just survive the entire course and get this LP over with. Because as much as I love the F-Zero series, I'm honestly tired of playing it for the internet for so long. It's been like half a year or so. Or maybe even 3/4 of a year. I lost count. So with just under 700 points, we have cleared the Platinum Cup, and that'll do it for the LP, unless I decide to get a Wii U and play that Nintendo Land minigame, which I don't think I will. Nah, I'll get a Wii U when an actual F-Zero game comes out. I mean, really, this is one of Nintendo's most fun and amazing franchises, in my opinion. Like there have been more Star Fox games than this, and Star Fox kind of feels outdated to me. I don't know, they just need to do something other than remake another game in the series. And I know that Nintendo has gone on record by saying that one of the issues that they have with making another F-Zero game is that they can't really come up with any ideas in order to make it fresh and exciting. Yeah. And then they come out with another Mario game every year, every 6 months, that does exactly the same thing as the previous one. And hey, that's all in the eye of the beholder, am I right? And here's something we haven't seen yet, the credits. Now to make fun of every credits gag that shows up here. The credits will, of course, play anytime you finish the game on Master difficulty. In first place, I think. Let's see here. Okay, so there aren't any silly credits gags yet. They have 2 course designers, though. And course layout? What's the difference between design and layout? Whatever. Oh, so even the person who was doing the announcer's voice is English. Why so much English? Why didn't you bring this over to America when there was so much English and you could have put in the laziest translation ever and I would still buy it? Yeah, forget it. And, I didn't see Shigeru Miyamoto's name in any of the credits so far. Oh well. Anyways, that is it for the Let's Play of F-Zero Climax and the series in general. I'm Ephraim225, and I thank you for watching this whole thing.